Hey, church family. Pastor Eric with today's Word from the Word. It's Wednesday, and as we continue to move forward in our study of First Thessalonians, we're going to start that final chapter, chapter 5. Now, remember, in Thessalonians, Paul is writing to a church that's doing very well. They just have a few questions, and he wants to encourage them because the town of Thessalonica, or Thessaloniki, depending on how you want to pronounce it, has not been very friendly towards Christians, and they are looking forward to escaping difficult times, and some of them have become so future oriented that Paul wants to keep them presently centered. In other words, if they are busy so looking for the future that they are no good in the present, then that kind of defeats the purpose of being God's representatives here on earth. So people love the idea of the future, what God holds in store for us, our redemption, our salvation. And those are great things to look forward to. They should give us hope and allow us to persevere. But if we are simply looking in that direction without thinking about the present, what God calls us to do now, then we've missed our calling. Our calling is to call people to the future, not to just think about our own futures. So here in chapter 5, he concludes this concept of being a part of being future oriented without losing the focus on the present. So in chapter 5, beginning at verse 1, it starts like this. Now, brothers and sisters, about times and dates, we do not need to write you. You know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly, as labor pains on a pregnant woman, they will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, so that this day should surprise you like a thief. You are all children of light and children of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then, let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be awake and sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be sober, putting on faith and love as a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. For God did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. He died for us so that whether we are awake or asleep, we may live together with him. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. In this section, verses 1 through 11, Paul wants them to be reminded that their eternal destiny is secure, and they don't have to worry about that, but it should be a motivator to live in the present as children of God, because we know that whatever is coming our way is only temporary. Whatever is happening to us in the present will not compare with eternity. That sounds like it has some application for us today, and I agree wholeheartedly that it does. What it means is that in today's life, where we have struggles and trials and tribulations, we live as people with hope. We don't have to fear what's going to come. We may not enjoy the present, we might not enjoy the present circumstances, but that's not where our hope is based. Our hope is based on the certainty of our forgiveness and our reconciliation to God through Jesus Christ. He reminds them that they need to keep a couple of things in mind. He wants us to say, let's put on faith and love as a breastplate. In other words, let's use it to guard our hearts. The idea that faith is what allows our hearts to be filled with joy, because our faith is secure and it's solid. And our hope is the hope of salvation as a helmet. In other words, remember that we are saved. Remember that we are covered by Christ's sacrifice and by his salvation. So when we keep those in mind, when we realize that we're guarded from the things of today, that they may cause us struggles, from time to time we can feel overwhelmed, and I assure you, I feel those things myself. I recognize that circumstances can get the best of me. I've even recently struggled with the concept of what I can and what I can't do, and I feel that my freedoms are being impinged upon, that I'm being squeezed between a rock and a hard place. And I could be bitter about that. I can be angry about it. I can even get depressed about it. And I would tell you that it's not that those things are absent from my thinking or even from my feeling, but here's the great thing is that we don't have to be stuck there. That we can choose to pray, we can choose to ask for strength, we can choose to live in the Spirit, and all those things will bring us the comfort and joy that we can encourage one another with, and we can build one another up with. And he says, just as in fact you are doing. And I can tell you that each one of us can find people around us who are willing to encourage us, who are willing to work with us. And in doing so, God works through us and makes himself known to the world around us. So let's put on those things. Let's put on faith as the protector of our heart. Let's put on the helmet as the protector of our thinking. And let's be confident because we live in a place where we are saved by faith and through the work of Jesus Christ. There's nothing greater in the world, and no matter what circumstances we face or are going through, they will not compare with eternity. So let's look forward to that. I look forward to seeing you soon. I love you all. Have a great day.